We're really excited because it's an 8-week challenge. So the time is really, really good for us to be able to sink our teeth into long enough, but not to drag on, okay? What we want to basically say to everybody with this one is it's about a lifestyle change over the 8 weeks, okay? So it's not necessarily about starving ourselves and dropping those calories right down, having no carbs, you know, those sorts of things. It's about finding you in here, and you are going to be different to the person sitting next to you or anybody else, okay? So in your scans, if you have already had them, you will notice that on there it will have a estimated amount of calories for your intake, okay? Some of them are a fraction low, mine was a little bit low. If you feel that, come and ask one of us PTs and we will set you on the right path there, and we may be able to split it. Because remember, we don't want to be too low that we cannot sustain it after the 8 weeks has finished. We're not going on this journey, we're going on this journey, okay? So it doesn't descend quickly, it will be over time, okay? All right. So we want to talk about some lifestyle factors. So it's not just about working out really hard and eating really healthy. We've got a lot of other factors that might play a big part, and that could be like stress factors. So we hold a lot of cortisol in our bellies, and if we are feeling stressed, it doesn't matter how hard we work, sometimes that can affect our weight loss, our hormones, the way we feel, the way we act, the way we actually perform our exercises. When we're tired from those sorts of things, emotionally, mentally, we actually also too start to not have self-control, and we will go for those snacks that we probably normally could, if we were feeling on top of our game, avoid or say no, okay? So that's okay, it's part of normal. So you want to try different methods that may work for you around that sort of thing, where whether it's meditation, whether it's yoga, whether it's just going for a walk out in the, you know, or hopping on the treadmill, putting music on, it doesn't matter, find your you, okay? Another one is the sleep. Sleep is hugely important as well. So some people are just not good sleepers and they never have been. You just have to try and work out the best structure or the best way for you to be able to try and get a good quality of sleep. And if it's not sleep, essentially just a nice rest, all right? You can get many multi-vitamins for sleep, valerian, you've got your melatonin and all of those natural remedies that you might want to give a go for a small period of time till your sleep pattern increases. You've got your social life. So, you know, all of your friends are going out and they're partying, and then they're getting pizza, and then they're getting, you know, donuts and whatever else it is that you are going out to get. That's part of life. So what you want to try and do here is try and set a structure. And for me, I'm just going to give you a brief thing of mine. From Monday to Friday, I eat really healthy. So I don't have alcohol, I don't eat a lot of sweets or anything like that. But come the weekend, it's free for all for me, right? So I can have what I choose to have. In this challenge, we do want you to pull back a little bit on those weekends as well. But what I'm saying is, if you wanted to have one glass of wine and that's what you really, really enjoy, and after the 8 weeks is finished, you're going to have that wine, why not try to work it into your lifestyle now? Okay? We're not saying eat heaps of chocolate. I think you sort of get the understanding of what I'm trying to say here. We're not going on this, you can't have anything, and then after the 8 weeks is finished, go and knock yourself out. We're saying you can have those things, but in a moderation. Routine. So your, yours. All right. So I'm just going to go in and talk to you a little bit about calories. Okay. So today too, we want to try and keep things really simple. We don't want to try and give you so much information that you actually go and leave here and think, oh my God, what did she say? We want to try, so all I want you to do while you're listening to all of us today is think about how that works into you and what you would want to pull from it and what you don't want to pull from it, okay? So that you've only got in your brain what you need. when we've done the meal plans, which you would see in there, or the recipes and stuff like that, you'll see that we've done the breakdowns onto the bottom of each thing. So we're not saying that the sample meal plan that we've put in there that everyone has to stay to. So what we're saying is we want you to learn and teach yourself how to work your own. So we've given you all the tools in the booklet to be able to have that for breakfast, and then that for lunch, and then that for dinner, and then your macros and your calorie intake adds up to whatever you wish it to be, okay? So I don't like that one, that's okay, because I like that. If you only have 1 to 2 different breakfasts in a day, in a week that you like, and you're happy to do that, do that. Simple, keep it simple, okay? Your amount of calories, don't be so strict that if you are 50 over or 50 under or it doesn't quite weigh up, that's actually okay. So it all sort of will pan out in the wash. You just got to go for an extra run. No, I'm kidding. So also too, when we're thinking about the amount of calories that we've got, and you would see on your scans as well, it's telling us how many calories we need for our body to do nothing, okay? So that is the amount of calories required for your body. Then the extra calories is our exercise. So if you went out and you had, say if you went and did Mount Lofty on a day, and that burns a lot of calories, you may be a bit hungrier that day, and that's actually okay to have those extra foods on that particular day. If you're not doing anything, or if you get sick through this challenge, maybe just knock off a few calories off of your intake and just keep it sort of there. You're not going to ruin anything by doing so, because we still burn calories whether you're laying in the bed. So I hope that that makes sense. We don't want this to be strict. I don't want you to be restrictive of the foods that you can have, or when you're having them, that sort of thing. If you're hungry, there is options that you could choose.
For those of you who don't know on your scan, what she's talking about, the one that where you burn just doing nothing, that's the BMR, and then it's the one under it, that's the TEE. That's the one she's talking about when you do activity. But that is just an estimate based on the activity level that you put in the scan. So don't swear by it, it's just an estimate. It's more the BMR that it calculates. So just keep that in mind. If that makes more sense, because you probably don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Also too, tracking, it's not essential to track your calories, but it's actually highly recommended you do so. There's a couple of reasons why. Just say for instance you've got MyFitnessPal. Most of you know what it is. If you don't, we're quite happy to show you after. So on this particular app, it starts to teach you about what you're putting into your mouth, the amount of macros that is in each thing, which area is going to go right into macros, so don't stress about that. It teaches you everything. There is a bit in there that says my meals, and when I would say if you were creating a meal, either from this recipe or one of your own, go in and actually add the quantities into there. So when you go to track it for the day, you can go into your meals, and there's Dee's breakfast. Yep, perfect, bang. The whole lot of my ingredients goes in. There's my lunch, I'm going to have whatever it is for lunch, and bang, that goes in, and dinner goes in. So you basically, it's simple. It takes 1 second to click the button instead of thinking about, all right, I've got to put half that carrot, half a celery. Do you know what I mean? That can be time consuming. So if you do it, you don't have to do them all in one hit, but if you start doing it, whether it's 1 or 2 a week, by the end of it, you'll have a library full of my meals, and they will be your go-to meals. They'll be something that you really like, and they're quite easy to go into. At the bottom, when it goes to your nutritional value, it adds up your macros for you, adds up how many calories. You can actually load all that in for yourself. So by tracking that, if I was to do it, I would sit on there the night before, and I would look at what I wanted to eat, and I'd put it in. And it's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle for me sometimes, because I might say, oh, today I'm going to have a bag of popcorn, and I put it in, and then my carbs goes way over. Oh, damn, can't have that. Right, that's gone. Right, this I'm having a carrot, or whatever it is. I'm just saying. So, because I've done whatever I've done, and I've done it the night before, all of my, everything adds up. My calories adds up, my macros adds up, and then therefore tomorrow all I have to worry about is going and eating it. And if I want to eat that all in the morning, then so be it, I'll starve for the afternoon. Like, not so much, but I'm kidding. But do you understand what I'm saying? That what it's doing is it's teaching you that when you're putting it in, you're seeing exactly how much quantity of everything is going into there. I know it can be time consuming and whatever, but if you start to get used to it, it actually isn't really time consuming. I mean, most of us have 10 minutes where we're sitting on the lounge or we're sitting on our lunch break or whatever to do so. I think that's probably mostly all we've got to do on the calories. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little bit where you can ask me any questions that you like, or any of us, and then we're going to just do a small game. But because there's so many of you, we may have to even just hold them up and see which ones you think, and we can call out. Any questions? Does that sort of make sense? Have I simplified it a little bit for you so that you feel like it's not going to be a stress? Because the last thing you want your food to be is stressful. We are literally eating our food to give our bodies the energy and nutrition that it needs to survive. So basically, your calories is like putting, let's just say if we put water into our car's not going to run. If we put normal petrol in, it'll run all right, not bad. But if you put premium petrol in, then we are going to run at our peak or our best performance. So if you look at that as calories, if we eat shit, we're going to feel shit. If we eat all right, we'll be all right. If we eat really well and healthy, we're going to feel energized. We're going to feel motivated. Our stress levels are going to come down. We're probably going to sleep better. Like, see how it's sort of a snowball effect? And I don't know if we just, that's, for me, that's, I want that. All right, cool. All right, I'll hand you over who is next. Oh, yes.
No questions?
Any questions at all?
Don't be shy.
We're saving them all for you, so.
Yeah. All right.
I have one question actually.
Yeah.
Do you find that when you pre-plan the night before, it helps you to stay on track with your food? Because then you're not kind of going to other foods because you know exactly what you've got the whole day.
Yeah.
Is that the idea behind it?
Yeah. And so today, for instance, I made 4 salads. So I don't put any dressing on there. I cut them up. They're all in containers. I do a production line. I made homemade pizzas, and they're all in the oven, ready to, so whoever, Tom, Dick and Harry, can come and cook it.
Yeah.
And I also made something for tomorrow night ready just to put it all together.
Yeah.
So that therefore I'm a little bit organised now. I can just be carefree.
You can just relax.
And relax, yeah. And normally I'll have my salads Monday, Tuesday, because then I do it on a Sunday and they're still fresh. Then Wednesday I might change it up or whatever. So it doesn't matter if you have things the same as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so what I've got is maybe if we can just do, say, a group of you, even if you turn together. So Jessie, you want to hold them? All right, so there's 10 things in there. And if anyone's got a pen, just mark them maybe 1 to 10 group. And then I'll come up to the back. So I want you to put them in order of least calories to most calories. If you want to just join in, like, so it all sort of come in together a little bit. And so put everyone's input in. All right, so just write 1 to 10. So we just want to be quite quickly with them. So it's 1 to 10. So 1 is the least amount of calories and 10 is the most amount of calories. Probably should have put ones here for you guys. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Interesting hearing them, so discuss it.
Yeah, it's good.